What in the world are you thinking? Well, you may be thinking great thoughts, you may be thinking not so great thoughts, but what you think does matter. Hey, my name is Jen, and I teach network marketing leaders how to authentically and successfully build their business online, and then help them teach their downline do exactly the same thing. So, what in the world does our thinking have to do with our network marketing business? Well, in my opinion, it has so much to do with our business. I believe that 70 to 75% of our business success comes from up here. So, how do we affect our thinking? Well, first and foremost, we need to know what it is that we're thinking. So, I suggest creating a negative self talk diary. Well, what is that? Take out a notebook, take out a piece of paper, take out a journal, and jot down the negative thoughts you're having. You can do it for an hour, you can do it for a day, you can do it for a week. It depends on how in tune you are to exactly what it is that you're saying to yourself. As you uncover those negative thoughts, we then have to prioritize which ones are the ones that are holding you back the most from building your business. So, are you telling yourself that you can sponsor loads and loads of people? Or are you saying, I'm not really good at sponsoring? Do you tell yourself that you can build a team? Or do you say, gosh, I'm really good at selling product, but I can't build a team in an organization? All of those thoughts, whatever it is that you're saying to yourself on a daily basis, impacts the direction you go in. Because believe it or not, you're always trying to validate your thoughts. So if you think you can't develop a team, that you can't sponsor ambassadors, then what you'll find is that you're always looking to validate that. Every time you sponsor a new customer, you'll be like, yep, I got another customer, but not an ambassador or not a distributor. Or, yep, I got more sales this month, but I still don't have a team. You'll have these negative thoughts that truly impact your thinking. So first and foremost, capture those thoughts and then prioritize them to see which thoughts are holding you back the most. Those are the thoughts to work on. Those are the thoughts that we have to sort of pluck out of our garden. I always like to think of your mind like a garden. You're either watering seeds that grow a beautiful flower garden or a beautiful vegetable garden, or you're watering the weeds. So, what do you want? Do you want a weed garden in your head, or do you want a beautiful flowering garden or a beautiful vegetable garden in your brain? I certainly don't want the weeds and I don't want to water weeds. So I'm constantly plucking the weeds. And that gets me to another point here about our mindset. I have people on my team always say, oh, I can't wait to get through my thinking. I'm going to figure all my thinking out and then it's going to be, just full steam ahead. Well, we will work on our thinking every single day for the rest of our lives, or at least that's my opinion. I know I'm personally working on my thinking every single day. It doesn't just miraculously happen. We are human beings. We are inundated with negativity around us, whether it's from people we're talking to, maybe some of the people you hang out with, maybe it's just people you love, maybe it's family members, maybe it's a significant other. Or if you're like a lot of people who watch TV and read the newspaper, there's negativity. What is all the sensationalism about? Just think about all the headlines of the last time you watched the news or read the newspaper. And for me, it's been a long time, so I can't really tell you up to date with exactly what those news headlines are. But it's an earthquake or a hurricane or just something negative. And even if we're really positive people and we try to put a positive spin on it, or we say, gosh, I'm just trying to keep up with the news, it affects us. It affects our brain. It affects our daily activity. And so be very careful. Protect your garden. Just think of your mind all the time like a garden. And are you watering the weeds or are you watering the flowers and the vegetables? So, one last thought here as far as your thinking. As you're controlling your thinking, as you're trying to keep your head in the right spot, it's super important to either use affirmations or afformations or motivational positive thoughts that you say to yourself on a daily basis to increase your confidence, to increase your belief. So, let's go back to one of those statements. I don't sponsor a lot of ambassadors, I don't sponsor a lot of distributors. And so, you might then say to yourself, well, I easily sponsor distributors. On a daily basis, I'm out there focused on finding people who want the business opportunity. If you're really thinking about getting more customers, maybe your sales aren't high enough, you say to yourself, I am focused 100% on finding those people who want the products that I market. And so what you do is you change your thinking by just telling yourself the opposite of the negative thought. Now, it doesn't work just like that. It's not going to be a snap of the fingers. It takes control. It takes a lot of work. There's a lot more tips, and I'll be sharing more of those. But I hope you learned something in just this brief conversation. If there's something that you learned here, please subscribe to this channel, follow me for more information, and I'd love to hear in the comments below anything that really spoke to you. And in the meantime, until I talk to you again, make today outstanding.